There must be, I don't know, around 16,000 real estate agents in the Tampa Bay area who all want to be your listing agent. The question is, how are you going to interview them? I mean, there's 16,000 of them and one of you. One option would be go to social media and take it what they have on their website. I mean, problem with that is websites are designed to make that real estate agent look like a seasoned professional. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So how do you cut out the mediocre and get down to that real estate agent who actually knows what he's doing and is the best for you? Well, I've got 9 simple questions you can ask a prospective realtor that will help you get down to that one that is best for you. Hi, my name is Mike Livoy. I'm a realtor here in the Tampa Bay area with Dalton Wade Real Estate. My wife Paul and I have lived in the Bay Area for better than 30 years. During that time, we've helped, I don't remember how many people we've helped either buy or sell a home in the Bay Area. If you're interested in talking about buying or selling a home, that's something we need to talk about. Give us a call. We'd love to help you. Our phone number is down on the screen below, and it's listed down in the comment section down the bottom of this page somewhere. The first thing you do is to narrow that 16,000 down to about 3 or 4 realtors that you want to talk to. My suggestion would be to start looking for referrals from friends and relatives who have worked with a realtor in the last, 4, 5, 6 months. Everybody out there knows at least 6 realtors. You need to get down to 3 or 4 to interview. And by the way, do not go with your uncle's nephew's second cousin just because he or she got licensed and needs the business. They are more than likely very nice people, but do you want to be their test pattern? Once you get these people's names, you're going to need to do a little research and make a decision. I suppose you can go on the internet, look at profiles from their website. However, for a couple $1,000s, a marketing person can make anybody look like a superhero on the internet. Probably the better way is to sit down with them and ask them these 9 questions. See how they respond. The first question I would ask is, how many years have you been in the business, and are you a full-time real estate agent? A good answer is going to be at least 8 to 10 years. During that time, most realtors have seen an up cycle and a down cycle and can adapt to that cycle, assuming that they're, still in business after all that time. And somebody that has been in business for that long a period is probably going to be a full-time real estate agent. It is very easy to check on licensing on your particular state's real estate licensing site. I'll put the website for the license division for the state of Florida down in the comments section. Go take a look at it. Talk to them if you're talking to realtors. Another very good question is, what percentage of your business are buyers versus sellers? In my opinion, that should be at least a 50-50 split, if not a larger amount to sellers. You're going to want somebody that is used to working with sellers and homeowners who are in a similar style and price range of your home. I don't think you're going to want someone who has been out selling, mobile homes for most of their part of their listings or most of their career, is trying to sell your home, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a pool and a garage, with definite differences. You might want to ask a technical question like, what is the absorption rate for homes in the local market? Someone who's actually in the business would know that number pretty much right offhand. If they don't, I would question if they're a full-time or if this might be just, a side gig. You are certainly going to want to ask questions about marketing and how they intend to get your house out to the internet. Questions to that would include the names of their photographers. If you have a staging company, what internet platforms are you going to expose my house on? Someone who's been in business for a good period of time and has actually sold houses will have at least one photographer on call. If the person you're talking to has to go out and find a photographer, really, how long is that going to take? And is he going to be worthwhile taking pictures for the first time? My go-to guy name is Sam Oxteen. I've been working with Sam for, 10 years. He's fantastic, and he shows up when he's scheduled. While I'm on the topic of pictures, if your realtor says they're going to come out with their iPhone and take pictures, or they show up the day of picture day, and they have their camera in hand, I would really consider not working with them. You need to ask that real estate agent, what do they do if they have a multiple offer situation? Someone who's relatively new in the business and hasn't worked with many sellers is going to say, well, we just go with the highest price. Wrong. The highest price is one part. There are several parts of that contract that need to be considered in a multiple offer situation. What about the length of the inspection clause? The longer the inspection period allows that buyer to take their time deciding whether they actually want to continue buying the house or not. During that time, your house is off the market. If the financing is from a solid company, how much escrow are they going to put down to secure the deal? If it's at least not 1% of the purchase price, you have to ask yourself how serious they are about buying it. At the very minimum, each offer needs to have a separate net sheet worked up so you can see the results of what happens when you sell the house. It'd be nice to know what you're going to get out of the sale. Another really good question is to ask what happens if my house does not sell in 30 days. The standard answer is, well, we tested the market, now we need to reduce the price. Well, that may be true, but there are other factors need to be taken into account before you start dropping the price. When I sit down with a homeowner who's looking at selling their house, one of the numbers I'm going to bring is the average days on the market for their price range in their area. I'm going to discuss that with the homeowner and how it affects the sale of the house. Right now, let's say in the general Tampa Bay area, there are average number of days on a house to be on the market from $500,000 to $750,000 is 59 days. I want to make sure that homeowner understands that there's no reason to consider reducing the price of that house until that 59th or 60th day actually occurs, or whatever number it is at that point in time. Once we get to that point, then we need to consider the price point, how the houses are selling around in that moment in the area. I don't want to make arbitrary price reductions at 30 days for no good reason. Different areas we work with around Tampa have different days on the markets, and that number varies on the price of the house, the location, and what's going on in the world. A $1 million house is going to take close to 80 days right now to sell. Homes at less than $500,000 are selling in a matter of weeks right now with multiple offers. The one thing I do with my sellers is to put down all this in writing when we talk. All this is in the seller's agreement. I want all this information exposed right up front so we all know what to expect 2 months from now. There's a study out there somewhere that asked the question, what is the biggest issue you have with your real estate agent? And it's hard to imagine, but the biggest complaint was the lack of communication. One of the questions I would ask during your interview with the other agents is how often and what method do you use to communicate with people involved in the transaction? In a real estate transaction, multiple people are doing multiple things. You've got the buyer, the buyer's agent, there's several inspectors, the title company, the lender, and that's just getting started. You'd be surprised how many seller agents don't even communicate with the buyer's agents. Very few ever communicate with a title company. Most will never call the lender to find out who's in charge of that file. Okay, call me a little OCD. If you're working with a realtor who has been around for a while, they're going to have a transaction coordinator on staff. We do. Every transaction, buy or sell, has a person in our office who is dedicated solely to making sure that transaction goes through on time and easily, let's put it painlessly, as possible. That transaction coordinator is on the phone at least weekly with everybody involved except maybe the title company. Title company is in its own little world and only needs to be contacted when there's an issue. Your assigned transaction coordinator is tasked with keeping everybody on time and informed. So when I go in and talk with a potential client about listing their home, I bring all these numbers and facts and figures and a plan where we're going to get the house listed and sold. Talking to people is one of my favorite things to do in life. I relate very well to people and that they are those that are looking to sell their house. I've been told that I take a very complex transaction and make it sound pretty simple. My personal belief is that because I'm very transparent, I want to make sure that you as a seller of a house understand the process and what we do to get you there if you hire us. I want everything out in front on the table so you can make a reasonably intelligent decision on who to hire. One of the last things I do in the interview is to give you a list of 9 questions that as the seller, you need to ask my competitors. Those questions are things that I think are very important to you to know before you hire somebody to sell your house. If you'd like a copy of these questions, give me a call, send me a text, click on the link down below. I'll be happy to get you a copy of it. The link down below is actually a download, so you can get a copy right away. So that's all I have for you in this video. If you get any information out of this, please go ahead and click that like button. Click on the subscribe button too if you want to keep getting more information. See you in the next video.